According to the United States Department of Energy, as of 2008, there was approximately 1.5 trillion barrels of oil remaining in the earth. At the current pace of consumption, the Earth's oil supply will dry out in less than 80 years. What are we doing to prepare for that day? For us to continue to move forward technologically, it is imperative that alternative energy sources are perfected to replace the dwindling fossil fuel supply. As the price of oil continues to rise and its availability dwindles, wind power is one energy source that is fast becoming a more reliable and economically feasible alternative. In this presentation, I will discuss some of the advancements made in wind power technology and how wind energy has the potential of meeting our electricity needs prior to the day that our planet's oil supply has expired. To begin with, in 2004, Professor Kamil Kagoussis of Turkey wrote an article in Energy Sources magazine that wind power has been used by various civilizations for over 5,000 years, but until recently it was used essentially for pulling water out of the ground or for milling various grains. According to Professor Kagoussis, wind energy has become a multi-billion-dollar industry, providing power to residential and commercial interests. Statistics from the United States Energy Information Administration show that the United States, Germany, China, and Spain have led the way in harvesting wind energy potential. In an article written by Jan Knoll and Christina Archer in 2008 titled "Wind Power, the Ultimate Renewable Energy Source," they state that the Earth's wind power potential is 35 times greater than its electricity needs, or equivalent to 72,000 coal power plants. In this same article, Knoll and Archer note that California has a goal of generating 33% of its power from the wind by the year 2020. When considering the advancements made in wind power over the past 30 to 40 years, Michael Goguen of the American Wind Energy Association believes California's goal is totally plausible. One of the greatest advancements has been the increase in wind turbine capacity. From 1970 to 2007, wind turbine capacity has increased from 50 to 1.5 megawatts, 50 kilowatts to 1.5 megawatts, a phenomenal 250% increase. As you can see here in this graph, from information derived from the United States Energy Information Administration, the top 4 countries that harvest wind energy have all increased production from 2005 through 2009, with the United States taking the lead in 2008. This graph demonstrates each of these countries' wind energy potential in production in gigawatts. The United States and China have tripled their gigawatts over this 5-year period. You can see how it up here. The United States really has jumped and has done very well. Professor S. Alam of Pakistan wrote in 2009 that wind power is becoming a more reliable energy source because of the higher capacity wind turbines and their integration into the power grid. He states that several areas in the United States, including California, Iowa, Texas, and Washington, have integrated wind farms into their power grids. The average wind farm in the United States consists of 20 to 30 turbines that generate enough electricity for 15,000 homes. The Roscoe Wind Farm, located approximately 200 miles west of Fort Worth, Texas, is the world's largest wind farm, with a wind power capacity of 780 megawatts, which provides enough electricity for approximately 250,000 homes. So when you consider any advancements made in the harnessing of renewable energy supplies over the past few decades, it is conceivable that we can begin to rely more fully upon renewable energy sources like wind power well before witnessing the final consumption of our planet's oil supply. This will be possible because of the ingenious and creative people of our planet who have taken wind power, which for thousands of years was used for a few minute tasks, and have changed it into an energy source that is gaining prominence in the world's energy arena. As some of the major countries in the world, like the United States, have demonstrated wind energy's potential, it can be expected that many more countries will join the fray in harvesting wind power for a cleaner, sustainable future. In closing, I would like to reiterate that as the cost of oil and other fossil fuels continues to rise and oil diminishes, it is extremely important that we develop alternative energy sources. We should be concentrating our efforts on renewable energy sources like wind, solar, and geothermal as energy alternatives to fossil fuels. Are there any questions?
What is the cost of a typical wind farm versus a coal power plant?
That's a good question. Nader Barsom, a professor of engineering in Malaysia, wrote that the cost to build a coal or gas-fired power plant and a wind farm of equal megawatt capacity is about the same price, ranging anywhere from $700,000 to $2 million per megawatt, depending on the size of the power plant. Of course, the one good thing about wind power is that it does not require additional fuel to continue to make electricity like fossil fuel power plants. Any other questions?
Can wind energy by itself carry the burden of providing energy for our planet?
Once again, Professor Barson said that most everyone in the energy industry agrees that wind power by itself cannot replace fossil fuels, but combining wind power with other renewable energy sources like solar and geothermal energy can offset the loss of fossil fuel as it expires. Thank you.